Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Well, I said I would come back live if we had any new updates. The sheriff has done one at 3 o'clock, and he is doing another one at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and show the one at 3 o'clock, and then we'll go into the one at 5.
We're going on that premise, but you, that's why we got to say this. Uh, he might not be there, and what if he's not there? Then we got to get the word out that he could be somewhere else. Uh, at this time, yes, we believe that he's still up in that area.
You believe he spent the night out there, sir?
Yes,
What is your biggest challenge your search teams are facing right now?
the area. It's so remote. If he planned this, it's so remote. That's probably one of the most remote exits along I-75. It's so wooded. There's one business. There's no residences. He couldn't have picked an area that is any more remote and difficult for us to try to locate him. And that's what we want to do. We want to safely.
And that is what I was saying earlier today about one, not all your roads are on the map. You have a lot of four-wheeler trails, and one four-wheeler trail can go for miles. You can get to any one of the surrounding counties, and then from there, get another four-wheeler trail and keep traveling.
We don't want our guys to get hurt. We don't want any more of the public to be hurt, and we want to take him into custody safely. And it's a big task. They've just come out of the woods. They've been in the woods for several hours now. They have all this garb on that we wear, that our special response people wear, and it may be a little bit cool right here right now, but it's not to them. They've come out to rest, and they're going to go right back in. We want to get him tonight. We want to get him before it gets dark again, but no promises. We're going to do our very best.
Do you think that was part of his plan? One of the reasons why he chose this area?
Probably it's very, very, very remote. The trees. I mean, you almost bump into a tree every 2 or 3 feet. It's just that way, and it's difficult, and it's tedious because we have to look behind every tree because what if he's there?
I know that
Okay.
is the drone still being used? I know that there was challenges using
We
it.
our drone is still the Laurel County Rescue Squad is up there with their drone. Also, there's a helicopter that's in the area also.
Do keep in mind, though, how um, thickly dense these mountains are. I can't imagine that if he's in the mountains, these drones and these helicopters are going to do much good. Hello, malicious intent. AKC Farms. Thank you all for being here. Duchess, Josh.
Has the aerial, sensors or detectors been helped at all? I know that, the kind of help was very limited coming in.
Yeah, not thus far. Thus far, it hasn't been. But we got to try everything, and we're going to use all the tools that we can possibly, because we want this to be a good outcome. We want to be safe, and we want everybody else to be safe as well, and we want to take the suspect alive.
And talking about the severity of the victim's injuries, we heard that one person was shot through their windshield and ultimately ended shot in the face. Can you confirm that?
There were some severe injuries. There was an individual that was shot in the face. There was another individual that was shot in the arm, a very severe injury. Uh, uh, those were the most severe. A lady shot across the chest. Uh, they were very significant, very severe injuries. I don't want to lessen that. We didn't have a fatality, but we certainly had some very serious injuries that will affect these people for the rest of their life, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Do you
have
know
y'all developed
why?
any information yet from as to why this guy might have done this? I don't know if you've been able to talk to family
Uh,
members
we,
about potentially
we
why.
are receiving some informations in our investigation, but a determination has not been made thus far as to what a motive would be.
Is his family cooperating with your investigators at this
As
point?
far as I know, they are. They're not in this county. They're actually in another county, but you got to know that we're also down there checking things out.
Can you verify if all five victims were shot?
Yes, Yes.
Are there additional two that were injured in the car?
I heard that, but I've never been able to confirm that. So I'm just going to say we haven't been able to confirm that at this point, but we don't believe so.
Hello, Dragon. Casey Farms yesterday in Kentucky, in the area that that I actually live. There was a man, the suspect. He is now a suspect, not just a person of interest, who started shooting into traffic northbound and southbound on I-75, and he is still at large. They have not apprehended him yet. And we're just trying to just keep up with it, to be honest with you.
So all the shots were fired from that hillside. Do you think
Yes.
he went out on the overpass?
No, there were early reports, and I can't stress how chaotic this was when our units arrived on the scene. People, uh, cars on the side of the road, emergency flashers, windows shot out, people hurt severely, and then we have to weed through that, and then we have to weed through some informations that we developed off that exit, and a lot of it was erroneous, but we had to follow up on it, and it deterred us from being where we needed to be, but we're on focus right now. And it's just a really big marathon task to investigate and handle something like this, especially with an exit such as that along I
Yes, Nicole, we're going to watch that as well.
75.
Can you describe where the vehicle was found? Was it a service road?
It's a U.S. Forest Service road that is actually off of that exit. It goes off into the woods, and they tell me that it goes 9 to 11 miles back in there, and there's little offshoots or branches off of that, and that's where the first. I think they said it was the first branch off of that Forest Service road at the top of the hill is where we actually recovered his vehicle.
What kind of vehicle was it?
Please.
Are you finding any trace of them? Footprints? Anything?
Not no, not to my knowledge. Yes.
What kind of vehicle was it?
It's I
SUV?
it was a CRV, and it was
CRV?
whatever a CRV is. That's what it was, and it was silver colored, and it was registered to our suspect.
Now that he's officially a suspect, is there any other details
A CRV is like a SUV, you all.
you can share about his past, criminal history, anything?
No, not really. Again, I'm sure we're going to look very much in depth with all of that, but our main focus right now is get this guy under arrest. We don't want nightfall to set in again, and it's already afternoon right now.
Are you using canines?
K9, yeah, KSP said they were going to bring K9s. I don't personally know that they are there, but they did offer, and I think that we said bring them on down.
Can you share a picture of the weapon or the vehicle?
No, I don't have a picture, and I'm not sure. As quick as I can get those sorts of things, because when I leave here, I'm coming back at 5. I'm going to see what they'll allow me access to, because they don't even allow me the access that you think that they do. And they're getting the information to me as they can. It's just that this is not the most important thing. The most important thing is finding that guy.
As the time progresses, is it getting more challenging to find him?
Well, you got to know that these guys are getting tired in the woods, and it's like I say, with all this garb that they have to wear, it's very tedious and stressful. We're going to keep on plugging because that's what we do.
What do you want the public to know?
That this guy, we think that he's still in that area, but he could not be in that area. He could be somewhere else, anywhere else. So we posted his picture. Um, be aware, be vigilant, be aware of your surroundings. Uh, we don't want this guy hopping in a car with somebody armed with a weapon. And all of these are scenarios that could happen. Do we think they will? We hope not, but we really still believe at this point that he's still up there. So just public, stay away from that area. We had some people try to sneak through today, even a media or two, and they were escorted out of the area. It's an unsafe area. It just is, because we don't know where he's at.
Anything else you'd like to share that we haven't already asked?
That's about it. That's all that's new right now. I'm going to go. I can't really get a feel for what's going on sitting in my office, and that's what I've had to do in the last little bit to get some updated press releases out. But I'm going to the scene, and the next time I come back, I will have been up there, and hopefully I'll have some more updates for you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Yes.
Do you have a time?
Okay, just a second.
Or in that area.
We're going on that premise, but you, you know that's why we
Or in that area.
Okay. Why am I getting a on here? Okay, we're gonna pause that right there for just a minute. Give it time to come on. Um, yeah, I'd say they are tired. Like I said earlier, these hills and mountains, one leads to another. Yes, they are saying they think he's still in those woods, but do they know for sure? No. And from just what I'm hearing, it sounds like to me it was so chaotic, and then you have all night last night. So personally, I don't think he's in those woods no more. Um, like I said, there is a lot of 4-wheeler trails around here. No, we ain't missed it yet. I'm going to check and make sure it hasn't started. No, we still got commercials going on there. So, yeah, it's coming up. It's supposed to happen at 5 o'clock. He did say earlier that he would try to keep us updated every 2 hours. I really hope they catch this guy before it gets dark, because last night was not too comfortable, y'all, to try to lay down and not know where this guy is. Yes, Duchess. Yes. You've got strip mines, caves, not just the wooded area, but there's all kinds of abandoned houses, abandoned buildings, outbuildings. He could be anywhere. Yeah, he could have very well. Keep your doors locked. They don't know exactly where he is, and to me, that's what these pressers are pretty much saying. We think he's in this area, but we don't know. He could be anywhere. It was very uneasy. It was well after 2 before I went to sleep. I talked to Duchess close till 2 o'clock. I'm going to check this again. Well, I'm going to let it play like that until it actually comes on. I don't want to miss it. Let me see here. Yeah, it is. It's right in my back door. Thank you, Heidi. No, they haven't closed schools, but I'm going to tell you what. As a parent, if they haven't caught this guy, I won't be sending mine tomorrow. No. Here I am talking about the shooting, and my dear friend back here pops a lid on something, and I done think I've been shot. Let me see if KYT has it this second. Okay. Give me just a moment, y'all.
He could
But-
be anywhere up in that area, and for that matter, he could be
Did I do anything?
anywhere.
Does the suspect have a criminal history?
Minor infractions, nothing of any significance. Definitely nothing like this.
Nah, I only
Well,
hear it out of
it's-
one.
Give me just a moment, y'all. Has Hey Paula, do you see it on there? Give me just a moment.
Wooded. It's heavily wooded. It's got hills. It's got rocks. There's one business there. There's very few residents.
They critical but stable?
Not the severity of the injuries that they had. One individual was shot in the face. One individual had an arm that was very, very seriously injured. There was some very serious injuries.
Have you been able to rule one way or another if he's getting any assistance while out on the run?
You know, yeah, are we looking at that? We're trying to look at everything, but at
You
this
all are
point,
able
we
to
do
hear it,
not believe
correct?
He has outside assistance.
Do you think he'll be able to last out in that terrain for multiple nights by himself without food or water? I mean,
It depends on how committed he is and how much planning that he put into this. You know, what has he got with him? So we don't know the level of planning because we can't explore that aspect much right now because we're too concerned about trying to locate him. But it depends on how committed that he is.
Do you know how many shots were fired?
No, numerous, and that's beyond that. We can't, not at this time.
But looking at how this crime was committed and also his intended victims, does this guy give you the sense that he knows what he's doing?
Well, again, I'm going to use the word committed. He seems to be committed.
Is there a chance he's no longer alive?
Yes, possible. And we've thought about that too, but we have to continue to aggressively try to find him, irregardless of what we believe.
If the search continues into tomorrow, do you change your strategy? What new tactics have you yet to deploy?
I'd say more of the same. You know, because of the remoteness. I hate to say that again, but because of the remoteness of the area, it's really, really difficult to search much carefully and safely.
Can I follow on his question as to whether these guys should be dead at this point? Have the officers heard any further shots after the initial actual shots that were
No,
intercepted?
no. The only shots that took place were the ones that were reported to us by the victims.
Has anyone searched his house?
We've had people down there, and we are looking at that.
You said earlier today that you were hopeful
That
to
was
find him at the
vague.
end of the day. How are you feeling about that now?
I'm still going to be optimistic. He's out there. He's behind a tree or under a rock cliff or something. We just got to stumble upon him safely.
When will you decide to stop searching tonight?
Darkness. Whenever it gets dark, we can't be in the woods because it's too dangerous for our guys.
You think he has supplies with him?
Possible. Yes, sir.
If you stop searching at night and he still is in there,
W-
can
w-
he get out? Can he
Well,
step out?
we're keeping people. We're keeping the area contained. We have people there. We have people. We have SRT in the woods, and we also have people on the ground down where there's a business, an old Shell station that's down there. We have people down there, so we have the area contained. If one gunshot went off, our people would be right on it.
In Laurel
It'd be
County,
crazy
but
to-
what about
to shoot.
Manchester?
Anytime right now. He obviously has to know we're looking for him.
How many law enforcement people are out there looking?
We probably got between 40 and 50 right now, and that's federal, state, and local. Great cooperation between agencies on this. I can't stress that enough.
Are you going to be calling for more resources?
Really, we've got everybody that we need. We just need to find him.
Do you know if you had to turn on them? And if so, was anyone able to take?
A phone has been found. The battery was taken out of it, so we can't nothing to ping.
You think it was his?
We're assuming that, yes.
Has there been an investigation into his social media? And is there anything found there?
I'm sure that we are looking at that. That's not a primary focus right now, but I'm sure we're looking at that. Yes, ma'am.
Have family or friends or
Yeah,
anybody been
Kimberly,
able
I'll
to
go
kind of
over it
paint a
again here in a
picture of
minute.
What he was like before this? Have they been cooperative?
I don't have the answer to that.
Have you heard from the governor or the president?
I heard there were some phone calls made to area persons in this county. I'm not sure on that. I have heard that. Also, whenever I step down from here, if you'll go to our Facebook page, I have pictures because y'all begged me to do it, and I did it for you because you've been great, because you're helping us. But I have pictures of the suspect vehicle, and I hope that before the evening is over, I'll have a picture of the AR that we recovered as well. I'm working on getting that for you as well.
Any additional pictures of him?
I think that's all we have. Yeah, just
No, I didn't find
Yeah.
out.
If he has any markings, any scars, any tattoos?
I'll look into that. I'm just not sure what types of information like that are available. Also, there will be another short briefing like this at 7 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock over at the community center, which, as the crow flies, is about 2 blocks over. There's a marquee out in front of it. It's obvious that it's the community center. All stakeholders in this, all stakeholder heads are going to hold a joint press conference for you folks.
Can you
9 o'clock.
Sorry, can you confirm that he has a military background?
I've heard that, but I don't know.
We saw a lot of talk on social media early on, people speculating. What role did that play into your investigation? Did it hinder any of the initial tackling of this?
If he was military,
Just any of the rumors in general. How many victims? How this stemmed? What the cause of it was?
well, we've got a bunch of professionals out there with all these departments and everything that we've done, everything that I've seen so far. These guys they're spot on. I mean, they are doing it by the book. They know what they're doing. I'm confident that we're doing everything that we possibly can to bring this guy to justice.
How much of the area do you think you've searched yet?
I don't know. Just I haven't been in the woods with them. Anything else?
Still no motive, right?
We're looking at that, but not at this time. Okay, thank you all. You've been great. Where's the mayor at? Mayor! Mayor!
Uh,
Mayor!
Oh my Lord.
He's on right now.
Okay. Okay, well, he wants to he wants to come on board. So, and you can ask him anything you want to. So we're good. And I'm going to go in right now and download the pictures that I have of the suspect vehicle. Go to our Facebook page, Laurel County Sheriff's Office, and you're welcome to beg, borrow, or steal anything I put on there.
When do those go up? 'Cause
These are
it's
good
not
now.
up yet.
I'll do it now.
I'll put it on my press release. Okay. And as quick as I get a rifle picture, I will get that to you as well. Okay. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
So, here, these microphones that are on this podium are connected to our cameras. We're just not training on this iPhone right now. That's why the audio is right now.
Hello, everyone. Anybody got any questions for me?
Have you talked to any of the victims' family members? How are they doing?
We have not, but we have visited the hospital when the victims was coming in. We were present, and we stayed there for quite some time.
How did they look? What was their condition?
Some of them, are severe, but I don't really think we want to get into disclosing this or how they look.
Do you know how many folks are still in the hospital, Mayor?
To my knowledge, all of them are still there.
That's just all
Are
right.
you from London?
No, there was none from London or Laurel County.
Do you know where they were from elsewhere? I mean, elsewhere
I think
Kentucky,
that there
or
was one located in Bell County. Bell County, to my knowledge.
were the rest from out of state? What we understood, maybe.
No, I think they're located within the Kentucky, but not in this region.
What
What
was your
about
reaction
Seymour?
to something like this happening so close to home?
Shock. When we initially heard it, our feeling was, is this even true, or is this a fake call? So it was a shock. But then, that leadership kicked in, and we knew we had to, to step up for our men and women, our first responders, and be there if they needed us.
Are you making decisions about whether schools should be open tomorrow?
No, but we are in talks with the school systems and coordinating between the first responders, because remember, all of our first responders are the Laurel County Sheriff's Office, who's leading this investigation. They're all extremely busy. So I'm just filling in the gaps where I'm needed. So we are in talks with the school system.
How are residents here feeling?
Scared, frustrated. They want this individual found.
I know you're in talks with the school system. I mean, it's 5 p.m. on a Sunday. Kids will be going tomorrow morning. Do you know when a call is going to be made one way or another?
I think later this evening, from what I've been told, once the Laurel County Sheriff's Department makes their next update on whether or not this individual's been captured.
The sheriff had mentioned that there's some curiosity seekers in town who maybe are trying to get a little close to the scene. because
Thank
they're
you, Artie.
Interested in what's going on. What's your message to folks that live here?
Stay home. Let the first responders do their jobs. And also, don't take the things into your own hands. We have trained professionals from the Sheriff's Office, City Police, State Police, FBI, all the agencies involved. These guys are trained. Let them deal with it.
Mayor AJ Basham, News. What is on your heart?
My heart is to see that my community is whole again. That people understand that this travesty, this act of violence, doesn't define us as a community. This community is one of the greatest communities in the state, I believe, but I'm partial to it. We're a resilient community. And I hate that the citizens are having to go through the emotions of fear and frustration because someone chose violence. But it goes back to that we have to, when we must, address the growing crisis of mental health issues in this country.
If Mr. Couch isn't found tonight or even early tomorrow afternoon, what do you say to members of your community?
The same message we've been saying, if you don't need to be out, stay home. If you are out, and even at your house, be vigilant. Stay vigilant, know what's going on, and if you suspect something or think something, call 911.
Mayor, did you have any information? Were there businesses that closed last night as a result of the threat?
Yes, I think there was a few businesses that went ahead and decided to close down some restaurants just out of the fear of not knowing.
What about today? Did churches not hold service and things like that?
There was some churches in the northern part of the county that did close. They were contacting us, asking for our opinions. So yes, some did.
Thank you, Catherine.
No, we'd like to thank the media for helping us get out this information to our community because it's important that people know the facts. Social media, there's a lot of disinformation and misinformation. So we really appreciate you guys on helping us get the true facts out there so people are not as scared because this is a scary time, but we are going to overcome it. Thank you.
Can you give your full name and mail, please?
Yes, it's Randall Weddle. Yes.
Randall.
Correct. That it? Thank you, guys.
Okay, so that was the mayor and update from the sheriff. I don't feel good about this. He had all night to think that he would still be in that area. To me, it is highly doubtful. I personally feel like I heard too many I don't knows for my comfort. And I'm just being honest because I live here. I mean, this is my community. You don't want people to go out, but you haven't closed schools yet. And probably will wait till 5 o'clock in the morning if I'm being honest. And I'm sorry if I seem irritated, but I am a little bit here because me personally, I'm not sending my kid to school and this man not caught. I don't care how many people tell me it's safe out there. I know how these mountains are. And the chances of him being in that area is slim. Very slim. Look at this. I'll share this. This is where it happened. And now yesterday on Facebook, they had said 41. That's where I thought it was. But no, it was on 49. They've even on Google Maps got it marked. Watch this. Let me see if it. I'm not used to Google Maps. I'm used to Google Earth, but give me just a second. Oh, right here we go. This little feller should help out. This is the area, y'all, that it happened at. Right here. Now, if you go back and look at this, right here is your terrain. And it just leads from one county to another. Now, I'm not the smartest, well, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but if I was this guy, I wouldn't be staying in this little area right here. I'd be headed down towards Manchester, head into them mountains, which is probably exactly what this guy has done because he knows the area. Yeah, he could have left the state Arctic by now because I'm going to tell you that I could get in another state a lot faster by four-wheeler than I can with driving my car. Yeah, they did say that. Paula just asked me, didn't they say they cut the search off at dark? Yeah, they say the area is contained. How do you do that with 40 people? It's massive. The mountains are massive. I'm going to drop this in case. Dutchie, you want to come up? I don't know if you're feeling better, but if you are. Yes, yesterday, a lot of misinformation was put out. And some of that misinformation came right from the mayor. Now, you all know me, I don't sugarcoat anything. This guy right here is who they're looking for. He is 32 years old, Joseph A. Couch of Gray, Kentucky, if you'll notice here. But I've not saw that mentioned on too many pressers. They keep mentioning Woodbine, but it says this was yesterday that he was a person of interest. That has changed. He is now a suspect. It says if you have any information regarding the whereabouts or location of this individual, please contact the London Laurel County 911 Center by calling 911 or 606-878-7000. Share his face out there because people need to know who this is. They need to know who to look for. Okay. Thank you, Dutch. Yeah, according to NBC, him and his dad hadn't talked and didn't have the best relationship. Am I right on that, Dutch? Someone commented on the presser earlier that Joseph Couch is the mayor's nephew. I don't know if that is true or not. I don't either. Like I said, there's been a lot of false information put out as well, and some of it did come from, yesterday in my Facebook feeds, I was seeing road rage. People got out of the cars, was shooting at each other, and that caused an accident. And this wasn't just people talking on Facebook. It was posts that they were sharing from people we should have been getting reliable information from. But we wasn't. Do I think they'll find him tonight? No. No, because I don't think he's in Laurel County no more. In my opinion. Hello, honey elder. Did I understand correctly that? Well, they're saying it is, but they're saying to stay away from that area. But like I said, you got to look at that area. This is it. Now, I don't think he'd come down this way because you got the Cumberland River here that circles around. But they've been searching this area right here around Hazel Patch Hollow. But all up in here, you're going to run into stuff like this. Do you know what that is? That is a off-road four-wheeler trail. They all connect. You can go for miles and miles in these mountains and get from one county to the other a lot quicker than you do got these Wildcat rental back here. That's secluded. But like I said, you can go miles on these trails, you all. You can just about zoom in anywhere and find one. Old mining camps, caves. Oh, and I had that up the whole time. I do apologize. Give me just a second. I'll show y'all. See, this is four-wheeler trails. That's what it is. They all, right there's the Wildcat Reynolds. Or rental. And do you know what's right here? Do you know what this is? Off-road Wildcat Off-Road Park. That's an ATV off-road park. Do you think he's still in this area? Because I don't. I think he's done headed into a whole different county, if not a whole different state. But like I said, you can zoom in just about anywhere and find a four-wheeler trail. Which is what makes this situation scary. And to say that it's safe, just stay away from that area. No, I don't think so. Yes, Josh, me too. Me too. We know some of them, don't we, Paula? Josh B says, I hope the first responders stay safe.
I know several of them.
Yep. To me, in my opinion, this is not a good situation. Matter of fact, let me see here. Let me see if I can take my own link. If I can, I'll show you all what it looks like here. If I can figure out how to turn this around. Yins are going to hear a little echo, so bear with me.
Front door.
Okay. Like I said, when I say that these mountains are thick, these mountains are thick. And what you're looking at right there, guess what it is? It's a four-wheeler trail. That four-wheeler trail leads into the next county. Can be there in 15 minutes. I hope that showed it, but I was trying to do it without showing how horrible I look right now, to be honest. Okay, like I said, I hope that showed it. Gives you some. Could you say it, Paula? Was y'all able to see how the mountain looked? And there's a four-wheeler trail directly across from my house. I didn't either. You can ask Dutchie. She was on the phone with me most of the night. She was worried. I was worried. She's plumbing South Carolina, and she was worried. Paula didn't sleep. I don't know anybody that slept good last night. Hello, sister.
Hey, sis. Thanks for having
Was
me
you
up.
able to see? Thank you for coming up. Was you able to see the mountain? Because I was out there
Yes.
trying. I didn't know how to flip the camera, but
Yeah, and the pictures that you shared with me last night when we were up late talking about this, there's so many off-road trails and places that he could be. He's not going to be on the road.
no, there ain't no way he's going to be on the road. I think this was planned. This was not a spur of the moment thing. So why would he not have a ATV in the mountain? I mean, he
Exactly.
left his phone and he took the battery out of it. People, this is not somebody that did this just on a whim. He didn't do this just because he got mad about something.
That Facebook picture that you sent of him to me, that was really concerning. The one where he had blood all over him. What was up
Oh
with
yeah,
that?
just give me just a second and I'll go to it.
Hey,
Well,
criminology.
see
Your
the thing.
elderly mom lives in that area. I'm so sorry. I know you must be really worried about her too.
Give me just a second. Are you kidding me? Well, I'll do it like this then. It amazes me how you can find some things and then they just disappear. Give me just a second. Oh, okay. Paula said they deactivated his Facebook profile, but he also said on his Facebook
I think I screenshot it and put it in our
that,
chat, didn't I?
oh, let me check then. Give me
Yeah.
just a second.
Let me go over here and see if I got that.
If you do, I'll let you share your screen because my internet's been very slow. It's not even let me pull Discord up.
Let me check it and see. I know my laptop's not wanting to. If I mash buttons, we might go to the moon.
I was mashing buttons before the live started and thought I was going to send myself to the moon.
I don't know. It doesn't want to let me open
You've got
Discord
22
on here for some reason.
mutual friends.
Oh
Oh
my.
my goodness.
That's not good at all.
I don't
That's
see his
scary.
Facebook profile anymore because he had blood all over him in his Facebook profile.
I'm looking to see if I've got it so I can. Yeah, because when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. And that wasn't even a new picture. Like that was an old picture. I was
Yeah, because he had no facial hair there. But now I did see in his about section that he was a Walking Dead fan. So, you know me, given a benefit of a doubt, that being an old picture, that could very well be it. But it was unsettling to say the least. Yes, I did have it earlier. If you
okay. Let me see.
send it
Let me
to
see if
me.
I can share it. Let me see if I can share my screen. Hang on. Okay, see if that'll show it.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. Yep. And yeah, that's an old picture because, like I said, he was arrested on February the 8th of 2024, and this is his mugshot from then. Now, he looks young in that picture. Look at this.
Oh, that's creepy, isn't it? I'm gonna stop sharing that.
Yes. But now I do want to share this as well. I showed this earlier, but sometimes in the storm, there's things that happen that shows you there is still good people out there. and this was one of those. Somebody posted yesterday, and I choose to believe this because I saw it more than once. But it says, pray for people on I-75, active shooter. There is bus full of kids from Harlan High School band members. Semi trucks have surrounded the bus to try and keep them safe. Pray for all.
Wow.
And I think that is pretty heroic in my opinion.
I agree. Thank God for our truckers.
And is it just me, Dutch, or did you get the impression that for a long time yesterday, they didn't even know what was going on because of the chaos? Then it got dark and they stopped the search.
Mm-hmm. And they were telling people, there's no need to be on high alert. We're not asking anybody to panic. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I mean, I felt like that was.
But don't come in this area. Don't try to sneak in. That was even in one of their pressers earlier. We've had some people try to sneak in. It's dangerous. This area is dangerous. But now it makes no sense whatsoever.
Now I did
because
see,
I don't understand how in the world they think that he could be in that area. There is too many ways for him to be out of that area. He had all night to do it with. There's no way of blocking every entrance. Let me see this. Just a second. Somebody posted on Facebook, says someone said he bought the gun and ammo at the flea market yesterday, and something definitely don't add up at all. I think he had this plan. He ain't stupid. He knows what he's doing. I'd say he planned his car and that gun. Well, I believe that because let me tell you something. There's bears right where I live. We saw plenty of them.
And mountain lions.
He did. Well, yes. For one thing, he did not run into those woods unprotected from just wildlife.
Yeah, because locals know what's out there. Trust and believe. I saw on NBC News, it says his father, Dale Couch, told NBC News that he can't believe that police are searching for his son and that he and his son do not have much of a relationship and have not spoken in nearly 3 years. The father says, I've just been praying that everyone is okay and that he will turn himself in. And since the father no longer lives in Kentucky, he said the news came last night via a phone call from his daughter. And he added that he did not want to comment much since he didn't have any more information. And then Dale Couch wrapped it up with saying, if I knew where he was, trust me, I'd be talking to him to get him to turn himself in.
To me, this is all around bad situation.
Yes.
Criminology. Did you see what she put? Did you see the truck stop owner drove from Somerset to protect his employees? He stood outside with a rifle all night. That is awesome. Though, he just, the officer just said, don't take things into your own hands. Oh boy, let me tell you something. You walk up into my yard and I'm taking it into my own hands. I ain't got time to be calling the law.
Tell them how long it takes them to get out there.
It'd take them 45 minutes to get out here.
Who's got 45 minutes?
And that's if there isn't a cell. No, Crystal, don't say that. But no, really, I mean, but that's what's scary is that's places like right here is where these four-wheelers trails lead to. This guy don't have to touch a road.
I think the Albert B. Chandler Hospital, the university's primary hospital, and level 1 trauma center for adults in Eastern Kentucky is 58 miles away from where the shooting took place. I mean, we're talking about this. This is an area where it's not like it's next to a city. 58
Oh, no,
miles to the
no.
nearest level 1 trauma center, y'all.
And then you got UK Hospital by road. That's what, Paula, about an hour and a half?
About an hour.
Yeah, from London. About an hour and a half from here. St. Joseph is down there, but it's not equipped to handle this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To be honest with you, these officers in this area, they've never dealt with nothing like this. It's a royal community.
You know, this
And
could go on for
yesterday,
days.
I hope not, because
I hope not
I'm
either.
tell you, I'm not leaving this house until I know it's safe to do so.
I don't blame you. I can't believe they haven't canceled school. No, the kids do not need to be getting on a bus, waiting out at the truck stop. I saw there was still some missing teenagers out of Lexington, Kentucky. Some girls that are missing. And I was thinking to
That don't
myself,
surprise
oh my gosh, you know, that the first thing I think of is these kids are out here missing. What if they run into him? I think that's from London Police Department. They think they could be in the Lexington, Kentucky area, and that was put out by London Laurel County 911 just 3 days ago when they went missing. Nevaeh McDermott, age 17, and Imani Adams, age 16, are two missing females out of London Laurel County, Kentucky, and these girls are
well,
out
you know,
there.
when this happened yesterday, one of the first things I heard was there was a female with him. That's
Oh
what
my
I'm saying. When this first happened, there was so much on Facebook, you didn't know what to believe and what not to believe. It was frightening.
From legitimate sources.
Yeah, legitimate sources. I mean, it wasn't like it was one mom posting, talking to another. No, it was, well, like I said, the mayor put out one of them. He stated it was road rage. 2 cars, 4 people started shooting at each other. There was an accident caused. I'm sure a lot of people remember that last night.
I sent some pictures of his
And
vehicle.
it took them till today to even find that. I mean, let's look at this again here. Just a second.
I did drop those pictures of his vehicle in Discord to that Laurel County.
I can't get into Discord on my laptop right now.
Let me see if I can pull up this vehicle.
Let me see if I can
And
screenshot it.
I'll share it, and then you can there, if you want to share that. This is the update that they just posted on Facebook. This was 12 minutes ago. They just shared this 12 minutes ago. Laurel County, Kentucky Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, John Roop.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the vehicle they found. And
right.
If he had a vehicle, then why run into the mountains on foot? if he didn't have a backup plan or a plan A, in my opinion. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they'll not find him on a regular road just setting up roadblocks or anything like that. He is in those mountains, and I guarantee you he's on an ATV or a side by side. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'd say by now he's plumb in Tennessee.
I mean, he could have
Oh, you're
easily. I mean, they
right.
had those helicopters up with FLIR. You know, they have heat sensors on them, but if he's hiding in a cave or a mine, it's not going to pick him up. And that could
Well,
have
they
been
even
where he took refuge until he felt like it was safe. They called off the search, and then that's when he took flight into the night. Just my
yeah,
thoughts.
they cut it off at dark. I mean,
Mhm.
and just like they said tonight, they would cut the search off at dark. I mean, if most of you have saw me cover my uncle's case, you know about KSP, and
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
leave that right there. They're not telling how they know he is a suspect and what led to them thinking he's a suspect, which we all have heard rumors, but they're keeping that close to the vest. Don't add up. Yeah, stated 4 shooters yesterday. Yep. Changed
Yeah,
to 2
and
shooters. Then 1
yeah, and they did.
shooter. Yes.
Yeah, and they did say that people were deceased, and then they changed it to just injured. There was a lot of misinformation. And we couldn't
Yeah.
figure out about the
They
description, you know, because they were saying, well, the guy has a beard. And then they were saying that somebody didn't have a beard. It made it sound like there was more than one person. But then we actually saw some pictures of the gentleman. And there is a picture, a mugshot of him where he does have a beard. And then there was another picture that was put out of him without a beard.
Well, yesterday, Laurel County Police also posted that there was, for people to be on the lookout, there was a man going around cutting fence lines. Now, the man in the photo don't look nothing like this guy. But last night, how many times did we hear this road, that road, this? They were reporting people's homes being shot into. You were hearing about shots all night long. And that was from listening to the scanner, Dutch.
Yeah.
So how do they know nobody's helping this guy?
They don't.
Yep. Sure did. Yeah, and criminology, that is what bothers me, is that it is local networks running with these rumors. Because when that happens, we have no clue what the real story is. And I mean, being right here in this area, like I said, community tore up. Yes, there's not nobody really wanting to go out, or I know I'm not. My son was coming back from the UK ball game yesterday. It doesn't matter that he's a grown man with 2 kids of his own. I still worried to death. But at that same thing, it was posted that 421 had been shut down, and he went through there. So was it shut down? Was it really shut down? Hey, Ava. Do
I
you see
found
my
some other
point?
I found some other pictures of him too that I haven't seen before.
I'll share them.
Yeah, let me get over here and let me pull them up and I'll.
Yes. Somebody had also posted on Facebook earlier that he worked at the Barberville local, the Walmart for a little while. But now his Facebook said he worked for dispatch. And see,
Here's one of them.
he looks so much different.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up this other one. Hang on.
See?
Oh, yeah. Let me get over here to this other one that I found of him.
But now on this one, a lady posted that 4 shooters pulled in her driveway and got out with the guns, but she ran them off. I saw her comment being posted on news outlets page. I did too. Hey, Allie. I hope you had a good dinner earlier. Walmart has dispatch at their warehouses, or is it to? Well, this is like just a regular small Walmart. I mean, not even a super center.
Just like a little Walmart market place. This is the other picture that I found of him. If you want to share the screen, this was the other one that somebody sent me.
I've got it up there.
You're
You're fine, Ava.
I'd never seen those two pictures before. Somebody sent me those from, and apparently he was released last month on $1,000 bond for terroristic threats.
This is what happens when somebody like it gets released. Love you too, Allie.
I was like,
Shows
wow.
people can abuse one.
I mean, that's crazy.
Me too, Josh. But now you know. What do you think, Duchess, the chances of bringing him in alive is?
Slim to none.
I would agree with that.
I haven't really seen any pictures of the gun, but somebody just sent me that this is interesting.
This is who the suspect is, everyone. It has been changed from a person of interest. His name is Joseph Couch, 32, from, well, some places say Woodbine, but now the Knox County Sheriff's Department put this out yesterday, and it says, do not attempt to approach, consider armed and dangerous. The London Police Department has released information on the I-75 shooting suspect as 32-year-old Joseph A. Couch of Gray, Kentucky, as a person of interest. Now he's a suspect. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts or location of this individual, please contact the London Laurel County 911 Center by calling 911 or 606-878-7000. Joseph A. Couch is a 32-year-old white male, approximately 5'7", weighing approximately 154 pounds. Couch is said to be heavily armed with multiple rounds of ammunition. And again, this right here is what the area looks like. Just a second. Let me see if I can do it like this. Okay. As you can tell, it's a very, very heavily um well, the foliage is horrible. I showed what it looked like outside my home right now. But anytime you zoom in, and you're going to find one of these four-wheeler trails. Not only that, but you got the Wildcat Cabin Rental, and just a second,
I
this
did
right
see an
here,
hour. Go ahead.
Wildcat Off-Road Park. And like I said, what that is an ATV park where people go and ride side by sides and four-wheelers. And like I said, it leads to trails. One trail lead into another county. From that county, you can go into another county, and so on and so on.
An hour ago, it looks like the police department, the law enforcement said they have not determined a motive for the attack, but he was not in a vehicle. Joe Couch was not in a vehicle, and it's definitely not road rage, is what he told the reporters.
Yeah.
The shooter did not appear to have targeted specific people, but the attack seemed to be a planned event.
Hey, remain calm. I've said that all along.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was planned. I don't, and he said that he was, what was the word the officer used? Committed.
Yes.
The area that he picked is isolated. I mean, if he would have went down one more exit, because like I said yesterday, everything in the world was coming up on Facebook. I thought it was exit 41, and at exit 41, you can look to your right or left and see the KSP post 11. So, I mean, but again, the photos that they were sharing yesterday was from there. You could see Kentucky State Police building in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we looked at those. And it also says that the law enforcement says, at this point, we do not believe he has outside assistance. And he also stated that the length of time the suspect is able to survive in the remote woods depends on his level of preparation, which is still unclear to authorities. And he added that it was possible that he is no longer alive.
Well, a lot of people were talking about how cold it was last night. It wasn't that bad. It was Kentucky comfortable, in my opinion.
And like I said, he could have taken refuge in a cave.
Oh, yeah. Rock cliff, strip mines.
Yep.
And earlier, I showed on the stream we had earlier where the sheriff said they had helicopters out last night, but the forest was so dense that they couldn't see. Even with infrared, they could not see. Just a minute ago, played a video. It said that every 2 feet there's a tree. Well, I agree with that. Does he have any outdoorsman background? Well, it's said that he's some people have posted that he was Army, military. I've heard both of those.
Yeah, former U.S. Army is what I heard.
Well, that's what he had on his Facebook.
Right.
He was Army. and that he had worked for 911 dispatch. Do you know what that tells me? He knows every road around here like the back of his hand.
Yep.
Oh no, you ain't. No, that there is no stupid questions, honey. You ain't asking no stupid questions.
It's just good to hear your insight, Crystal, because you're right there where all of this is taking place. And a lot of creators that are covering this, they don't really understand the terrain or all the possibilities. You know, they're talking about, well, you know, y'all need to be looking out for him on the road. And I'm like, he's not going to be on the road, guys. He's off in those
No,
mountains. Like, y'all have to understand the area that you're dealing with. People that are local
exactly.
in this area, they know. They know the terrain. They know all the possibilities.
And like I said, and I pointed it out just a little bit ago on camera, right across from my house, there is a 4-wheeler trail. In 15 minutes on a 4-wheeler, me driving, not a man, me, I can be in the next county. Easy. A lot faster than I can travel it by car. Now, from where he was, from those hills, he could hit into Manchester, into Redbird, all those areas. So I-75 is closed near exit 49 due to heavy police presence. Well, that reroutes people through there. I mean, um, that's a California thing. Around here, you have trails that people ride on, ATVs, side by sides. Um, you're not going to get a vehicle on it.
Yeah. And I did drop the article in chat where Joe Couch was officially named a suspect. And that's from
Yeah,
Lex 18 News.
thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a second. Let me show this again. This is where the shooting happened. They said he shot from an elevated position down to north and southbound traffic. He picked, now this is this exit, secluded. Across the road, you got the 49er Fuel Center, which is like a truck stop. But on down here, let me just a second. Am I going the wrong direction here? Nope. See, his next exit down here is right here. And like I said, see how populated that is? And you got Kentucky Police Post 11 right here. So he absolutely planned where he was going to do it at. because there's a big difference between what you just saw and this. Now, if you go back this way, just a second. This is the East Bernstadt area right through here. But these mountains all connect. It'll take you right into Manchester. Whole nother county right here. But through the mountains, not a problem. And from there, you still got mountains. But you're coming right into another county. I'm trying not to dox myself, but yeah. Yeah, and he would be on roads that you're not going to get police vehicles on. They're going to have to get on an ATV themselves and go into the mountains. They're not going to do that at night, because if they do, their lights are going to give them away. They could scroll right into an ambush. Personally, I don't think he's in that area. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they do have him contained in those woods, and they just need to find him. But I think it's doubtful.
Yeah.
What do you think, sister? Doubtful?
Yeah. I really think this could unfortunately go on for days. He could elude them. I mean, are they checking the caves? Are they checking the mines? I mean, when they're out there looking, are they looking in all of those places? That's my biggest question.
Well, the impression that I'm getting is the sheriff don't know very much. He's not being filled in on very much, and that makes me uncomfortable. Because if he's the one that's supposed to be giving the public their information, they need to give him information.
Absolutely. Because it's not just about looking for this criminal that has carried out these crimes against citizens, but it's also about protecting the other citizens and keeping them safe. And that information is crucial to keep these people safe.
Yes, it is. I mean, they need to just be straight with people and let them know what is going on, because sorry about that. I think they're focusing on the wrong area. I really do. And we'll watch that again, and you tell me. And be honest. Would you feel safe? If
Yeah.
this is the information you've given, would you feel safe? Because it doesn't feel to me like he's being transparent. It don't feel like to me like he knows exactly what's going on.
Now, I did just get an update that said with Crime with Bobby, it says no school
Yeah.
in Laurel County, Kentucky on Monday, September the 9th of 2024. As a precautionary measure, school will be canceled tomorrow on Monday, September 9th, due to ongoing concerns related to the active shooter situation.
Well, that's awesome. But they need to, like I said, these counties are side by side. It's not like you're going to just drive right through and be in that same county for a long time. You're not. So I personally think they need to cancel the surrounding counties.
Yeah, like
But let's
Knox
listen to what he
County.
says. Yeah, Knox County, Clay County, Whitley County. In my
Whitley.
opinion, all of those need canceled.
Also, Cornerstone Christian School in London's canceled also.
He might not be there, and what if he's not there? Then we got to get the word out that he could be somewhere else. Uh, at this time, yes, we believe that he's still up in that area.
You believe you spent the night out there? Sir?
Yes.
What is your biggest challenge your search teams are facing right now?
Okay, now listen to what their biggest challenge is.
The area, it's so remote. If he planned this, it's so remote. That's probably one of the most remote exits along I-75. It's so wooded. There's one business. There's no residences. He couldn't have picked an area that is any more remote and difficult for us to try to locate him. And that's what we want to do. We want to safely. We don't want our guys to get hurt. We don't want any more of the public to be hurt, and we want to take him into custody safely. And it's a big task. They've just come out of the woods. They've been in the woods for several hours now. They have all this garb on that we wear, that our special response people wear, and it may be a little bit cool right here, right now, but it's not to them. They've come out to rest, and they're going to go right back in. We want to get him tonight. We want to get him before it gets dark again, but no promises. We're going to do our very best.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt, Arctic.
Do you think that was part of his
He's been around as long as I can remember.
plan? One of the reasons why he chose this area?
Probably, it's very, very, very remote. The trees, you almost bump into a tree every 2 or 3 feet. It's just that way, and it's difficult, and it's tedious because we have to look behind every tree, because what if he's there? Okay. Our drone is still the Laurel County Rescue Squad is up there with their drone. Also, there's a helicopter that's in the area also. Yeah, not thus far. Thus far, it hasn't been. But we got to try everything, and we're going to use all the tools that we can possibly, because we want this to be a good outcome. We want to be safe, and we want everybody else to be safe as well, and we want to take the suspect alive.
Talking about the severity of the victim's injuries, we heard that one person was shot through their windshield and ultimately shot in the face. Can you confirm that?
There were some severe injuries. There was an individual that was shot in the face. There was another individual that was shot in the arm, a very severe injury. Uh, those were the most severe. A lady shot across the chest. Uh, they were very significant, very severe injuries. I don't want to lessen that. We didn't have a fatality, but we certainly had some very serious injuries that will affect these people for the rest of their life, I'm sure.
Have y'all developed any information yet as to why this guy might have done this? I don't know if you've been able to talk to
We are receiving some informations in our investigation, but a determination has not been made thus far as to what a motive would be.
Is his family cooperating with your investigators?
As far as I know, they are.
That's not comforting.
They're not in this county. They're actually in another county.
The next county over.
But you got to know that we're also down there checking things out.
And you can be in about 10 minutes. And that's driving the road.
All 5 victims were shot.
Yes. Yes.
Are there additional 2 that were injured?
I heard that, but I've never been able to confirm that. So I'm just going to say we haven't been able to confirm that at this point, but we don't believe so.
Sir, all the shots were fired from that hillside, do you think?
Yes.
You wasn't out on the overpass?
No. There were early reports, and I can't stress how chaotic this was when our units arrived on the scene. People, cars on the side of the road, emergency flashers, windows shot out, people hurt severely, and then we have to weed through that, and then we have to weed through some informations that we developed off that exit, and a lot of it was erroneous, but we had to follow up on it, and it deterred us from being where we needed to be, but we're on focus right now, and it's just a really big marathon task to investigate and handle something like this, especially with an exit such as that along I-75.
Can you describe what the vehicle was
It's a U.S. Forest Service road that is actually off of that exit. It goes off into the woods, and they tell me that it goes 9 to 11 miles back in there, and there's little offshoots or branches off of that, and that's where the first.
4-wheeler trails.
I think they said it was the first branch off of that Forest Service road at the top of the hill is where we actually recovered his vehicle.
What kind of vehicle was it?
Please.
Are you finding any trace of footprints, anything?
Not to my knowledge. Yes.
What kind of vehicle was it?
It's
SUV?
it was a CRV, and it was
CRV?
whatever a CRV is. That's what it was, and it was silver colored, and it was registered to our suspect.
Now that he's officially a suspect, is there any other detail that you can share about his past or history?
No, not really. Again, I'm sure we're going to look very much in depth with all of that, but our main focus right now is get this guy under arrest. We don't want nightfall to set in again, and it's already afternoon right now.
Are you using canines?
K9, yeah, KSP said they were going to bring K9s. I don't personally know that they are there, but they did offer, and I think that we said bring them on down.
I think that we said bring them. Give me a minute, you all. Give me just a second.
I mean, it
Let's
took
see what he
14
said. Yes.
days for Danilo Cavalcante. He was on the run for 14 days, and it took hundreds of law enforcement manpower before he was caught. So think about that.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see what he put last night. Because this is what we went to bed with. Let me share my screen.
I think that's my biggest concern, Crystal.
Okay,
took
let me know if
14
you can
days.
see my screen.
I can.
Okay, 16 hours ago, and listen to what he just said. Update on shooting on I-75. Laurel County Sheriff John Root is reporting that Laurel County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched by London Laurel County 911 Dispatch Center to a gunshot victim complaint on I-75 at exit 49, approximately 8 miles north of London, on Saturday afternoon, September 7th, 2024. At approximately 5:30 p.m., arriving deputies found 9 vehicles had been shot into, both north and southbound on I-75, and 5 persons were seriously injured. Deputies on scene transported injured to a local hospital for treatment. Other sheriff's deputies, along with Sheriff's Office Special Response Team, along with London City Police and Kentucky State Police, arrived at the scene to secure the scene and search for a suspect. I-75 was closed for several hours for safety reasons because of the danger to passing cars in the area of the shooting. Investigation began as a lead was developed on a person of interest, and the search for this person of interest is continuing. He is identified as Joseph A. Couch, age 32, of Woodbine, Kentucky, described as 5'10", weighing approximately 154 pounds. This individual is considered to be armed and dangerous and should not be approached. 911 should be called. The scene is being contained overnight, and an active search and the continuing investigation will occur at daybreak on Sunday morning. Agencies assisting include Laurel City Police, Kentucky State Police, Corbin City Police, Williamsburg City Police, Richmond City Police, FBI, U.S. Marshal Service, ATV, Lexington Metro, Rockcastle County Sheriff's Office, Mount Vernon Police Department, East Bernstein Fire and Rescue, London Fire Department, London and Laurel County Rescue Squad, Laurel County Emergency Management, ABC Bluegrass Army Depot, police, numerous hours, and fire departments. That's a whole lot more just in that than what he is telling us during this update. Then 8 hours ago, update on shooting suspect. The ground search has resumed, coordinated by Laurel Sheriff's Office. But yet, he seems to not know. Do you see what I'm saying, Dutch?
Yeah,
As
absolutely.
numerous other law enforcement agencies of London Laurel Rescue Squad is sending their drones that has flare to assist on search. And then they posted where you could bring food to, help with the search. And they posted his vehicle. This man is the same man that's been posting all of this, but evidently he's not reading the Laurel County Sheriff's Office Facebook page because it's got more information than we're getting from the pressers.
I know. You would think he would know what they're putting out. I mean, he's the person that's doing the PR for this investigation. You would think he would know exactly what
And
they're
right,
sharing, right?
yes, and right here it says that it's his office that is coordinating it. Let me find it. Let me see here. The ground search has resumed, coordinated by Laurel Sheriff's Office. And I also see that they changed their little, Okay, let's see here. Let's see what. See what the mayor has posted. Okay, so now they are not needing support, food and water. They said they have more than enough.
I did share that on my Facebook. I was looking on Twitter to see if there was any updates from Andy Bashir. Looks like the last update on his Twitter just said 4 hours ago, law enforcement continued their investigation into yesterday's shooting in Laurel County. Let's all give thanks for their hard work to keep us safe. And that's all he's posted.
That does not surprise me. But look what yesterday, because this yesterday, look at this. Just yesterday, this is what they made their. It's sad, really, because that's what their profile was. I'm not saying sad in a bad way, but who would have known that just a day ago the mayor would post so everyone knows the city police, fire and rescue squad made this photo happen. This is your local emergency service people. Who would have known that just a few hours later we would be dealing with this and all of them would be needed? Hey, Cat Eyes. It's scary. It is scary.
It really is.
I'm just wondering. I'm wondering now what the 7 o'clock presser will be like, because so far, I mean, at the 3 o'clock, he said he would know more about it at 5 o'clock because he had tried to handle everything from his office and he was going to go out there. Well, I didn't hear no more at 5 o'clock than we heard at 3 o'clock. Am I wrong? Or is it just my panic? You know what I mean? Being in this area, it's kind of
Yeah,
unnerving.
I can understand. I'm with you on that. I didn't hear anything different from what he said at 3 o'clock. But
No,
like I
I didn't
said,
either.
with Danilo Cavalcante, it took them 14 days to find him. 14
Oh, I
days
pray it don't
with
take that long.
hundreds of law enforcement officers looking for him. It still took 14 days.
I mean,
And
it's
you have
almost
to think,
been 25 hours right now.
and we don't know where he
I said,
purchased
it's
this
almost
rifle and
been
ammo. He
25.
could have got it from somebody. He could have somebody already had the gun and the ammo, and he just went and got it from them. I mean,
Yeah, it could have
we don't
easily
know all
been
the
purchased through.
circumstances yet, you know?
I mean, according to Facebook, some people say he got it at the flea market. Well, we have no way of fact checking it to know that that's a fact.
Right.
And right now, we've got enough misinformation out there, to be
Facts.
honest, because you don't know what to believe. Like I said yesterday when it started, they said there was 4 shooters. Then it came down to 2 shooters. There was a woman with him. Now there's not a woman with him. He was all running into the woods on foot. But anybody in the area knows how these woods are. And to leave behind the weapon, the AR-15, to leave it behind, tells me he had more weapons when he went into those hills, because you're not going to do that. I'm not. You think I'm going to go into these mountains unarmed? Why, no, I ain't. My son got treed by a bear right across the road from my house when he was deer hunting one year in his own deer stand.
And that's not to mention the mountain lions and the bobcats and all that.
Yeah, and whatever it was that was posted the other day
Yeah. The
from somebody's
chupacabra.
deer camp. Yeah, looked like it. I'm hoping to catch this fellow relatively quickly. It does bother me that he was arrested for making terrorist. Yes, but yet let out on bond back in February. Another normal. Yep. Yeah, that bothers me too, because it's not like they didn't know he was capable of it. Not with those charges.
And there's going to be also another presser, he said, at 9 p.m. And that's going to be with all of the different agencies together. Is that what he was saying? The one at 9 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be interesting. Because I would like to hear from somebody else besides him. No shade to him, but I really need to
And the
hear
mayor didn't tell
somebody else
much
speak on it.
more. The mayor didn't say much more, in my opinion.
No.
Give me just a moment.
I hope they're out there doing more than they're leading people to believe. Because I've got serious concerns. I just don't want to see this go 14 days like Danilo Cavalcanti.
No, absolutely not.
Because,
Now,
I mean,
this
we
next
don't know if he had guns stored, if he's got food out there. We don't know all the preparations that went into this. Is this something that he just up and decided to do? Or did he have a plan? Jules wants to know if you can show what the terrain looks like there, Crystal. Can you share your maps
abs-
on Google Earth
yes,
and show them?
absolutely. Let's
Hope
see
you're
here.
doing good, Jules.
I thought I done had this pulled up, but so that's right shade there, Manchester. Give me just a moment. I am no see I done ended back up in right here. This is your terrain. This is what they're dealing with. And now these are regular roads. But like I said, right where the shooting occurred is the Wildcat Off-Road Park. And what that is an ATV park. It's where people go and ride four-wheelers. ATVs, side-by-sides, rhinos. But all these are four-wheeler trails. And you're not just seeing that because this is here. You can just about go anywhere in these mountains and find them.
Can you take us to
See?
I-75 and the area where the shooting occurred? Can you show us where that is on the map?
Yep, right here. They're saying it was from this side, but this is what it looks like on ground.
So really, he could have taken off in any direction, and he could have just gone into the mountains. There's old mine shafts. There's caves. There's all kinds of places to hide. We're talking about thick.
Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And that's right beside. This is I-75 right here, and this is the off ramp. They're saying that he was shooting from the elevated position onto the southbound and northbound. So he would have had to been in this area right here. And like I said, that's right beside the interstate. That ain't even taking into accountability all this.
Yes, all that green and brown. That's woods and mountains and hollers.
Yes.
I mean, this is out in the middle of nowhere. It is.
Old mining
And I said,
road.
it was
And,
58 minutes
and
to
like,
the nearest Trauma One hospital from that location. 58 minutes.
and see you can hit 25 here. Right here is where they were, the helicopters yesterday. You could watch them circling. They were circling Happy Hollow and Hazel Patch. Up here, you have the Wildcat Cabin at Reynolds. But now, like I said, he didn't have to get on a road. It wasn't necessary. Yeah, it's mountain land. I mean, you're not finding too much flat around here. Yeah, oh yeah. That's even worse. That's like, well, it's kind of about like finding a needle in a needle stack, to be honest with you. Yep, all kinds of places to hide. All kinds of trails to get away, which is what I've been saying all along.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Daniel Boone National Forest off to the left.
Yeah.
And that place, I mean, it is thick out there. And of course, that's where the Cumberland River, it's winding all through there. You're not going to get back in there with a vehicle. And who knows if he's got friends? I mean, he might be holed up at somebody's house that he knows that's hiding him.
Well, and think about all the reports we saw last night. Gunshots here, gunshots there. Of course, they have to follow up on those. Thank you, Jules. I mean, like I said, y'all, right in front of my house, there is a 4-wheeler trail, and I can be in the next county a lot quicker through that 4-wheeler trail than I can by vehicle. I mean, the counties, they're small. It's a rural area. You're going to be through a county in no time. And that's in a car. And like I said, I could be in the next county a lot faster on a 4-wheeler. Let's see here. And like I said, he picked this exit. He didn't pick this one. Just a second here. And right here is where the man was from. In this area. Which looks heavily populated, but trust me, it's not. It's woods too. You've just got more main roads in that area. And according to the Knox County, this Woodbine was where his parents was from. And just a second. This is the area that he's from or lived at.
I feel sure that if he planned it, he probably had a bag and took food and water with him. If this is something he planned. That's just
Jules,
my
that
personal.
is it common to have that many cars in that area at once? Is it a busy highway? It's an interstate. But yesterday there was more than usual because there was the UK ball game. But yes, it's very common any time of the day because that's it's an interstate. I'm actually amazed that more people wasn't injured. If I'm being honest, that's how busy that road is through there. And half the time you have road work there. So you not only do you have the interstate there, but everybody's having to slow down because of the road work too. And I'm not complaining about road work. I'm just saying that instead of going 75, they're dropping down to 55.
You know,
Do what?
they're also losing cell phones in the rest of
Yeah, you're also probably not. You're going to have spotty cell phone signal through there.
Mhm.
When they found his vehicle, they found his phone, right, Dutch? And he had took the battery out of it.
Mhm.
This man planned it. This was not just I'm mad and I'm just going to do this. This man planned it. To me, it's obvious.
Yeah. And remember, you can go for about 28 days without food, give or take, but you can only go
Do
about
you
3
think?
days without water. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure if
but
he planned this, he probably had a bag with some water and stuff in it.
do you know how many springs there is in these mountains? He don't have to have water.
Well, yeah, that's true too. But all he needs is a empty bottle to fill it up. All he has to do is bunker down within, I don't know, 3 to 5 miles. He could have enough supplies that'll last him as long as he's close to a water source. I mean, the Cumberland River's right there.
Yeah. And like I said, though, there is springs all in these mountains. I played in these mountains as a kid, and I can tell you 100%, I never came in to get a drink of water. And that was with my cousins in the dead heat of the summer. So you got springs, you got the little waterfalls, and like I said, from this area, there's no doubt in my mind the guy knows how to hunt, and we know he's got a weapon. Or if he's smart, he does. He didn't go into the mountains without one. I wouldn't have. But y'all, I'm going to say a prayer, and then I'm going to end the stream. I may come back at 9 if we've got any good updates by then. But us do keep the first responders, everybody that is out there. I don't know about an underground bunk, but there is caves, there's rock cliffs, there's old strip mines.
Yeah.
Be just as good as an underground bunker.
Oh, yeah.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we ask you to watch over all the law enforcement and everybody looking for this man. Lord, keep our community safe. Dear God, I ask you just to fill them with the knowledge and wisdom that they need to apprehend him and bring him in alive, Lord. In Jesus' loving name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I love y'all. Remember, it takes zero effort to be a good human being. And like I said, they're supposed to update. They're actually supposed to do another update in 15 minutes, but the last two updates have been pretty much the same thing. So I'm probably going to wait till 9. I'll probably wait till 9 and see what
Okay.
that update is if they haven't caught him by then, but let's pray that they have.
Yes, we will definitely keep praying. You stay safe out there, sis, and just keep me
Sure.
informed if you hear anything. And
Sure.
I do hope that they're able to catch him. We don't want him to go 14 days like Cavalcante. He needs to be apprehended immediately as soon as possible.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. It's not a good feeling knowing there's somebody out there and you don't know where he's at. And he's done injured 5 people, shot into 9 vehicles. And so far, they have not gave us a motive of why. But again, it takes zero effort to be a good human being. I love y'all.